G'day, welcome back to our home. Today I'm having a look at some hits and misses in the garden. We've had a really strong summer storm come through with a lot of hot wind yesterday, really strong 40-50 kilometre an hour winds with 36 to 38 degree temperatures. The problem with that, of course, it's caused a lot of damage in the garden. So what I thought I'd show you today is a few hits and misses that are going on in the garden at the moment. Show you a bit of that damage and a bit of an update, really, something simple today. So if you enjoy this kind of stuff, can you think about liking and subscribing? It'll help the channel and I'd appreciate it. So enjoy it. You might remember the volunteer tomato that used to be here. Unfortunately, the storms that we've had through the past couple of days, the wind was too much and has broken it off. Let's look at the positives. Some of the fruit looks like it might ripen. I'd really hoped to keep seed from this volunteer because it was growing so brilliantly. But in the background we have this, which is a shoot, and it's come through and it is fruiting. I'm really pleased about this. So this was a miss and now it's a hit. Really pleased. Johnny's pumpkins are coming along a cracker. Thanks again, Johnny, if you're watching. Brilliant. If you watched my recent video on using laterals in tomatoes to cultivate new tomato plants, I tried 3 different varieties and gave it a go. And you can see here, you can see roots coming through the bottom. Sorry, it's a bit out of focus, but roots coming out of the bottom of this pot. And this fella here, the same. We did lose one in the heat, which was okay, but this is just to demonstrate to you that can really work well. I did receive some feedback from gardening in Western Australia. Sorry if I got the name of the channel wrong, mate. That these can produce smaller fruit. Now, I haven't really paid that much attention to that, so I'm going to watch that really closely with these guys. I know the varieties they came from, so I can draw some comparisons. But that'll be a really interesting experiment. Have a look at this for a bit of a conundrum. These were Golden Wonder seedlings, capsicum. Nice fruit here. Another fruit emerging over here. Let's go up. What do you know? Now, this is on a completely different plant. There were 2 plants, 2 jammed together as babies, and that is what we've got. Over here is a jalapeno chili. I'm wondering, are we looking at mum and dad? That's interesting. Have a look at that beauty. This is a college challenger variety. Beautiful. Storms have also caused some of my temporary shade structures to be blown off, and combination of the hot wind and the sun has burnt a lot of this first prize fruit. What's the good news in this situation? Well, my faith in first prize as a tomato has improved after the storm. As you can see, it's starting to produce a lot more fruit and they're ripening well. So I'm going to take this one and take it over and show you some of the other hits. Even this, you can see a bit of sunburn there, but that's okay. The tomatoes are all really starting to come in now. You can see all of this mixture of small and large fruit. That's been a real hit. This, though, is something that we're finding happening a fair bit. Ants are penetrating into the flowering point of a lot of the tomatoes to get to the juice. That's a bit of a miss, but the hit is the remainder of the fruit is good. So we're going to cut those pieces out and store them for later use. Our corn cobs are fattening up beautifully. We did take one from this mystery corn variety. For those of you who don't know that story, I planted this and then completely forgot what variety it was and lost the packet. But we've taken our first cob only this morning. I should have got a shot of it, but absolutely beautiful. The miracle corn has come back. Bit of wetting agent, bit of treatment and sea salt's gone really well to bring it back. And our early long sweet is defying the odds. After all this time, it might be a little bit hard to see here, but it turned out to be bigger than the miracle variety in the end. Tell you what, there's nothing quite like moving through your own mini cornfield. And these are our seedlings, going really well. Desperately in need of potting up. Now that the weather is backing off a bit, that's something I'm going to do. But as you have a look here, we're expecting storms later today and all the way through tomorrow, with up to about 2 inches of rain. A summer storm in Australia, sort of normally preceded by really stormy weather, and you can sort of see what it's done to all the structures here overnight. But we're currently in the lull, so hopefully it will get better. If you watched previous videos, you might have noticed that I planted some beans in this pot. They're Australian butter beans and they were from 2014 or 15. Unfortunately, they didn't germinate, not one. So clearly they were way too old. The good news is my haricot beans did germinate. I'll show you those in a minute. But this has been replanted and I'll wait and see. I'm hoping to get a nice batch of haricots on this structure, which will be my next seed crop. While we had some problems with mice, these haricots that I'm just growing for seed from my own seeds that I've saved over the years are going really well. This one here is growing well. This structure that I put here to stop birds digging them out, you can see now that they're starting to try and use this for a support, so this needs to come out today. Because this bean is growing away from the structure behind it back here, we're going to put a pole in here just to give it something to grip onto. A little bit separated from the root ball, but just something that will give it a little bit of support. There we go. Let's see if that gives it what it needs. This is an old bougainvillea cane, which I've cut and harvested from bougainvilleas we've got here on our property. There'll be a tip video coming up about doing that, growing and, you know, cultivating and harvesting your own stakes. So keep an eye out for that one. And the biggest disappointment of all, our mango has dropped its fruit. So looking forward to this, but oh well, it's the way things are. Hope you liked that. Thanks again for watching. Have a good day. Take care.